Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Advice with Mike. I'm your host, comedian Mike Murphy. Now, if you're new to the channel, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. This is the show where you guys send in your messiest, toxic, most out-of-pocket predicaments, and I attempt to break them down, giving my honest and unbiased feedback. Now listen, I'm a comedian, not a therapist, so ain't no guarantee I'll be able to help fix your life, but I can provide laughter along the way and call it like I see it. Now, without any further ado, let's get into the episode. Me and my ex aren't together, but we still live together, if that makes sense. So Mike, why are women so emotional? Why is water wet? Me and my ex broke up months ago, but what's her Instagram? Nah, it's for market research purposes and whatnot. But we still live together because rent is insane and neither one of us can just up and leave. Like this video if you think he's full of shit. I started dating again and now she's acting like I betrayed her. I hope you don't be bringing them new joints to your crib while shorty's home, because if so, you crossing your ex like tic-tac-toe. Slamming doors, crying loud. Nah, I'm not sure if you notice or not, my man, but y'all still together. You just too goofy to read the room. Stay alert, stay alive. Making slick comments when I leave the house. We're not together. Sure you are, and haven't been. But she says it's disrespectful for me to move on while we still share a space. I bet you still hammering her hoe though, and that's why she feel the way she does. Am I really supposed to put my life on pause because we signed a lease, or is she overreacting? All right, so boom, let me get this straight. You and your shorty break up months ago, but both y'all can't afford to pay rent on your own because the economy's crazy. You got tariffs, all kind of, you know what I'm saying, milk, $20 a gallon, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Right now, this ain't the time to be going out on your own. So y'all like, yo, we in this lease together, bread kind of tight, let's just cohabitate. You do your thing, I'll do my thing, and we leave it at that. She is like, bet, you thought you was gonna move on, start cracking new shorties and all that, and she wasn't gonna feel no type of way? Nah, you don't understand women. And here, let me tell you why. Because if I guarantee you, she thought it was gonna be easy for her to find someone else to replace you, then she thought you would be able to replace her. And now you getting all type of emotion, she not feeling it. She like, nah. And you probably on the phone with Kiki, oh, that's so crazy. What you got on? You talking reckless on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Shorty up in a room crying into the pillow. She tight. Or just maybe it was your idea to break up, and maybe she only agreed to the cohabitating thing because she thought like, well, if he's here, he kind of still mine. And if you still beating cheeks, if you still hitting it prior to you moving on and getting a different, whatever, if you still was coming home and getting the in-house, all you was doing was just pushing on that emotional button every time you slammed, you know what I'm saying, slammed her back into the mattress. Because you got to understand women, bro. Most of them, outside of the slurs and smeezies, most of them, sex is an emotional connection to them. That's why when men say it's hurt worse when a woman cheats than a man is because for that woman, there was more to it than physical most of the time. Now, there's some women that can just get cracked and move on, but that's not that's the outlier. The exception don't make the rule. So every time you stick it in her, y'all kissing, doing whatever, you just connected to her emotionally more and more and more. So yeah, y'all might have had a spat, wasn't working out, decided to break up, y'all gonna live together. She didn't think you was gonna move on and begin. She probably didn't think you was even getting shorties like that. She probably thought you was gonna struggle out there like, who wants him? You know what I'm saying? So that's a possibility. Or the possibility is, yeah, she wanted to break up just as much as you did, but now you're having more success on a dating market and she's not, so that's making her bitter. Because now that's making her feel like in the relationship, she was the issue and you weren't. Because any type of dynamic where there's conflict, a friendship, like whether it's like friends, family, a relationship, whatever, we always look to be like, I'm not the wrong one, she's wrong or he's wrong. Whatever you want, you know what I'm saying? So if you was like a piece of shit in a relationship, so she decided to leave you, she's thinking he's not gonna get another woman to tolerate that because I didn't want to. And you thinking if she thinks she's the piece of shit, you like, ain't no dude gonna deal with that. She's a headache. She's expensive. She don't give the dome ain't crazy. Like she don't know how to cook. Ain't good luck with that. Now if y'all break up and she get wiped immediately by a rich dude or something like that, you be like, damn, maybe it was me. Oh man, I'm the problem. Oh shit. So that's the way she's looking at it. Like y'all broke up and now you having wild success. She's like, damn, it was me. I am the loser. Like I can't keep a man. He went out and got something right away. I'm struggling. So that's somebody holding the mirror to her and she got to see where she went wrong. And that don't feel good to nobody. And honestly, no knock on the ladies, you know what I'm saying? But women, they don't deal with that as well as men. We are conditioned to take rejection. How many women you talk to on a daily that they be like, nah, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Hey, can I take y'all? I'm cool. We get shot down on a regular. They don't. They get approached as many times as we get rejected in a day. That's how many times they get approached. So the few times that somebody's like, nah, you're not really good enough, or I could do better, to them it's a blow to their ego, and they don't know how to really grasp that idea because all their life they've been getting approached by men, made promises. Y'all do this for you. Your man must be lucky. I would never do that if you was my woman. They hear stuff like that all the time. So when they hear somebody being like, nah, I'm good. You ain't what you think you is. And then she's single and can't get nobody better than you. Oh yeah, that's holding the mirror up to her face. So I don't know if it's, she didn't really want to break up and y'all still, in the bedroom doing stuff and y'all kicking it. And in her mind, y'all kind of still together a little bit. Like not technically, but that's how they think. Or she didn't want to be with you neither, but now she's seeing it. She was the issue and you not. Now she's trying to like manipulate you into telling you to not be successful out there, because then that means that she has to realize that she's not who she thought she was. So nah, you're not wrong for if that's what y'all agreed on, but I will give you some advice. I don't know how old you are, but if you're living with this woman, you're not gonna be able to move on to anybody else until that situation is resolved. Because the next woman is most likely not gonna tolerate that. And so basically you got an obstacle that you need to get out the way before you move on to be intentional with anybody else. That's one. And two, if you're living with that woman and y'all still doing it and y'all still doing things that a couple would do, you need to either dead that immediately or maybe try to work it out with her again, because you can't keep triggering her emotions and think she's not gonna care when you move on to somebody else. It don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? We're the men for a reason. We gotta be leaders. We gotta take control and we gotta understand and have discernment. You got to understand that she's vulnerable and she's already showing you right now that she doesn't like what you're doing. Whether it's for the right reason or the wrong reason, you got to figure that out. So my advice to you would be to handle that and then, stay alert, stay alive. Did my wife go on a work trip or was she on a trip getting worked? So Mike, my wife told me she had a work trip out of town. Like this video if you think she's full of shit. I later found out it was really a girl's trip. Liar, liar, crotch on fire. She didn't let one of them baby leg bandits in Jamaica rub mud on her bum while you was at the house, none the wiser. Nasty work. And another guy paid for part of it. Paid for what? The box? Flights, hotel, all that. Oh, half her trip was funded by some random homie cuz? Yeah, your wife's a Jezebel. She says he's just a friend and he offered because he got money like that. Nah, she acting like he just paid for drinks or something. Now she's mad at me for questioning it and says I'm insecure and controlling. Boy, you walking around with third-degree burns from all that gaslighting she did. But I can't get past another man funding my wife's vacation. Am I crazy for feeling disrespected? Hold on. Wifey is talking like a dude bought her a drink at the bar. What do you mean he paid for it because he got money like that? Or part of it? Flights, hotel, all that. Probably put in a couple dollars on an excursion. Like, let's break this down. Because for one, again, I don't know why you're writing me this. And I don't know why y'all men keep allowing these women to manipulate you by attacking your manhood or your ego or your pride by calling you insecure or saying you know what I mean? You're controlling. Whatever word they want to use to make you feel like you're the bad guy for addressing the elephant in the room is crazy. But let's just break it down. First of all, she tells you it's a work trip. Lie number one. It don't matter what was going on. Why couldn't she tell you that she was going on a trip with her girls? Right there, there's deception. Lied and said it was a work trip. Then you find out a dude paid for it. Now I got questions. Was dude on the trip with the girls? If so, why was he there? Who is he? Who is he? Somebody's man? What is he? What is this dude? And why is he willing to pay for your wife's part of the trip or some portion of it? So we need to figure that out. And let's just say he didn't go, but he just coughed up some money. That's insane. Best case scenario for that situation is, let's say your wife and 4 of her friends are going to Jamaica, 5 girls. Let's say the dude is talking to one of the girls. He really likes her. He's paid, got bread. He's paid. He's trying to impress that girl. So he says, yo, how much is your trip? She says, oh, just for me to get there, everything, is $1,500. He says, bet. Here's 15 for you, and here's $750 for each one of your friends. I'll pay for half day trip. I want y'all to have a good time. And you don't even know dude at all, whatever. The best case scenario, if that happens, it's not even that bad, because if you go to your husband and be like, babe, listen, you know Keisha, right? So she met this dude a couple weeks ago. They've been kicking it. He really like her. Well, you know, we going on a girls trip, right? I told you about that. Yeah, babe, you was honest and told me about the girls trip. You didn't lie to me yet and say it was a work trip. No, we're on the same page. Yeah, so we going on this girls trip. He asked her how much the trip cost because he gonna cover her fare. She tell me, oh, it's $1,500 or whatever. He's like, bet. So he give her enough money to give half of us all of our money, so we only got to pay half the trip. I'd have been like, shh, hey, that's cool with me, you know what I'm saying? Because he didn't even directly give you the money. He gave it to the girl he liked and told her, yeah, help your friends out with half the bread. I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no interaction with you. He don't know you. He don't know your name. None of that. Cool. But you said, oh, he's just a friend. What's your definition of friend? How do you know this man? That's where we got to get down to the nitty. That's the nitty gritty of what's going on. That's the question you need to be asking your wife. Who is homie? What's going on? What's the situation? I need to know exactly what is happening before I snap on you. So I'm trying to give you a little bit of grace, my man, because you wrote the letter, that maybe there's stuff you left out, or maybe you wrote it in a frenzy and you left some pertinent details out or whatever. But I need to know who dude is. How does he know your wife? But forget about all that. Why does she lie and say it was a work trip knowing it was a girl's trip? Because here's the thing. You know what she probably did? That's starting to make sense. I'm not trying to rationalize her behavior, but let me just give you a different perspective. Maybe she said it was a work trip because then that would hide the fact that dude paid for most of it. You know what I'm saying? Because if wifey going on a girl's trip, y'all probably got a joint bank account. You would see the $1,500 or whatever coming out the account. So if she say she's going on a girl's trip and you only see like $700 missing, you'll be like, damn, the trip was only $700? Oh, now she got to explain dude. So she might just been trying to get around telling you about dude at all and just say it was a work trip, so most of the expenses could be hidden in what he's paid. Like, oh, the company paid for that. I ain't had to buy a flight or a room or nothing. They took care of that. I just need to spend the money. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was something like that. I don't know, because it's tricky. But she says she's mad at me for questioning it. It says I'm insecure and controlling. Oh yeah, she's cheating. I forgot about that. Yeah, she's cheating. Leave her. Stay alert, stay alive. I chose my child over my sister, and now my family's saying I'm wronger than 2 left feet. Mike, am I the asshole for prioritizing my child's birthday over my sister? I can't imagine any scenario where your sister comes before your own child. My sister's wedding day just so happened to land on the same day as my son's birthday, and I chose to celebrate my kid. I couldn't have been more wrong. My family got really upset with me and called me every name under the sun. Yeah, good for them. Good for them. About having his party the same day as her wedding. Skipped the wedding date for a day at Dave & Buster's? Super duper nasty work. People are saying I should have gone to the wedding, but she knows what day my son's birthday is. Like this video if you think she's dumb as shit. So why would she plan her wedding on that day when she could have chose any other day? I'm sure her snot-nosed nephew wasn't on her mind when she planned her big day, you nutcase. Really? My kid only turned 5 once. My sister needs to chill out and stop guilting me about not going. How am I wrong for picking what matters most to me? Not gonna lie, had me in the first half. I'm like, yeah, why in the world would she prioritize her sister over her son? Then I kept reading the letter and I said, oh yeah, she's not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Your son is 5. He don't even know it's his birthday. Matter of fact, they got cake and ice cream at the wedding. Tell him to get some of that. Matter of fact, they're gonna have presents stacked up on a table. Tell them it's his presents. Yeah, you can't open them now. You can open them when we get home. And then you just give him whatever gifts you already bought when y'all get home. And let your sister take off with her gifts. What are you talking about? Ain't no way in hell your mind processed 5-year-old birthday party is a priority over my sister's wedding day. And then you got the nerve to be like, well, she knows when his birthday is. Why didn't she pick a different day? You think that when she's planning her wedding, searching for these venues, trying to, plan a year ahead, she's like, oh, hold on. My little booger-eating, snot-nosed, crumb-snatching nephew, his birthday's that day. We can't do it that day in case my raggedy-ass sister wants to have a party at Chuck E. Cheese or Dave & Buster's or something. No, let's just make sure that date's clear. Let's pick another date where the venue costs $5,000 more so we don't interfere with the birthday. What are you talking about, goofball? I wish one of my siblings would be like, yo, bro, congratulations on the nuptials. I like wifey, good for you. I'm happy for y'all. But, you know what I'm saying, my 5-year-old, we having a little birthday party, you know what I'm saying, at the Burger King, at the Playpen, can't make it, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, do your thing. Automatically, I'm putting him in a wrestling move. Man, go get fitted for your tux, dog. I'll see you at the church. Stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing the Ving Rhames on Jody and Baby Boy. As soon as you tell me some nonsense like that. So my thing is this. I honestly think there's an underlying issue with you and your sister. There's no way in hell you honestly think that your 5-year-old's birthday party took precedent over her wedding. It's impossible. So I think there's another issue that you having with her that either she don't know about and she's completely oblivious. Like, yo, why you ain't coming to the wedding? You're like, oh, my son's birthday. Should have picked it on a different day. Nah, that's nonsense. So whatever that issue is that you have with your sister, you need to sit down with her and like two adults and resolve that. Because you know what I'm saying? You can't, that's your sister, you know what I'm saying? So unless she did something super foul to you, then work it out. And clearly she didn't, because if she did something super foul to you, either you didn't say nothing about it, so she don't even know you took it that way, or your sister's a psychopath and did something foul to you and still invited you to the wedding. That don't make sense either. Or you really don't have any issues with her. You really just think you made the right decision. If that's the case, then you need to go ahead and call your PCP, primary care physician. Be like, yo, I need you to put in a referral for psychiatric care. I need to talk to a therapist because something's wrong with my nut-ass brain that made me think a 5-year-old's birthday party is more important than my sister's wedding day. That's what you need to do. That is my advice to you. Your family's not wrong. Your sister's not wrong. You're wrong. Your son don't even know it's his birthday. Do he got Facebook? Is he going on like, damn, everybody's telling me happy birthday on my wall. Guess it's my birthday. Does he have his birth certificate? Does he have a calendar in his room that says, hey, sunshine, your birthday. You're turning the big 5. That's not even a milestone. He's not even in 1st grade yet. You still probably got to cut up some of his food. Knock it off. You're wrong. Your family's not. Resolve that issue. Figure out what it is and make up with your sister. And you can't do nothing about it. You missed the wedding. That's over with. You just got to live with that now, but you need to repair whatever you messed up moving forward. Stay alert, stay alive. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this episode of Advice with Mike. I'm your host, comedian Mike Murphy. I hope you guys enjoyed me as much as I enjoyed you. And if so, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Like this video. Matter of fact, leave me a comment letting me know what advice you would have gave them. And who knows, maybe you got your own toxic tale to tell about a shady friend or an entanglement you need help untangling. If so, feel free to drop me a letter at the email provided below, and I'll make sure to read it in a future segment of Advice with Mike. Now, with that being said, our time together has come to an end. But just remember, stay alert, stay alive.